Good morning, friends. Now, today we start the topic of laboratory test of aldehyde and ketonic groups. Now, previous lecture we see the laboratory test of aldehydes. Now, let's see the laboratory test of ketones. A sodium nitroprusside test. And this test is useful to identify the ketonic functional group. Now here is how to detect or identify ketonic functional group, carbonyl group. Now here is sodium nitroprusside freshly prepared solution, and its solution is added to ketone, and this mixture shake well and basify this solution by adding drop by drop NaOH, or addition of NaOH by drop, and to give red color is appear, and this red color showing the given solution containing or given compound containing carbonyl ketonic group. Now this structure is sodium nitroprusside, twice Na plus FeCN5NO, two anions. This is a sodium nitroprusside structure, and this sodium nitroprusside solution, freshly prepared solution, adding the ketonic solution, and this mixture is well set and basified by addition of sodium hydroxide drop by drop, and finally you get a red coloration of this solution, and it's identify the given compound is containing ketonic functional group. In which manner this reaction takes place, we see here the ketone reacts with hydroxide ion to form the ketonic compound, and this ketonic anionic compound, reacts with this sodium nitroprusside structure, and to give the compound, this anionic compound combined with the sodium nitroprusside ion, and here is gives the red coloration, and this red coloration it's indicate the color of red coloration indicate the ketonic functional group. Now next is we see the chemical reactions with aldehyde and ketones with the nucleophile, and we know that generally nucleophilic additions takes place in electrophilic compounds, or those compounds or those carbon strongly electrophilic, that carbon attacks directly by nucleophile. Now what is nucleophile? Nucleophile is the species of which containing the lone pair of electrons, and always it's add to the electron deficient species. Now here is the two compounds, first is aldehyde and second is ketone. Here is the nucleophilic addition is more powerful or better in aldehydes, because aldehyde containing the only one alkyl substituents attached to the carbonyl compound, and another bond of carbonyl compound and hydrogen, means the one electron substituting alkyl substituent is attached, and hence the electropositivity of carbonyl carbon is remains strong as compared to ketonic carbonyl carbon, because the more alkyl substituents they can donate the protons of electrophilic carbon, its electrophilic polarizability is decreases. In the same way, the ketonic compound containing the two alkyl substituents on carbonyl carbon, both alkyl substituents donate the proton to carbonyl carbon, and that's why the electrophilicity of carbonyl carbon, its polarizability is decreases, and nucleophilic attacks is decreases. Nucleophilic attacks is not a favor for a ketonic compound, because electrophilic polarizability is decreases in ketonic compounds. But here is aldehydic compound or aldehydic carbonyl carbon, its electrophilicity or electrophilic polarizability of this carbonyl carbon is better, or it's not decreases its electrophilic polarizability, and that's why it's a good carbonyl carbon for attacks of nucleophile. Nucleophilic attacks on positively polarized carbonyl carbon is better in aldehydic compound as compared to ketonic compound. And on this basis, the following some reactions now starts here, and these reactions giving you how to reaction takes place. Now we continue the addition of hydrogen cyanide. Now here is hydrogen cyanide is very weak acid, and that's why its attacks on directly to carbonyl carbon, double bond of carbon and oxygen, and to form the compound cyanohydrine. It's very basic reaction, because the hydrogen cyanide is very weak acid and it's directly attacks on carbonyl carbon of aldehydic compound and ketonic compound, and to form the group of cyanohydrine. Now here is general reactions is also showing the aldehydic group that reacts with the hydrogen cyanide and to gives the cyanohydrine product. Here is the hydrogen cyanide. It's a weak acid. In this type of number of weak acids is also useful to take place this type of reactions. Now here is showing the general reaction. We see directly example here, the first addition of hydrogen cyanide. Now here is first example of acetaldehyde. We give the first example of acetaldehyde, addition of hydrogen cyanide. CH3 C double bond O H, acetaldehyde reacts with weak acid hydrogen cyanide, weak acid hydrogen cyanide to gives the product of cyanohydrine. Which product is formed here? This nucleophilic CN compound, negative charge compound, directly attacks on carbonyl carbon. These cyanide groups here is not is essential of the reaction mechanism. Here is only useful for the negative nucleophile attacks on this carbonyl carbon. Now this CH3 C double bond O is break by nucleophilic attacks on this carbon to form the carbon and cyanide single bond. And oxygen combining with the H plus ion of to form the hydroxide group, and remaining hydrogen carbon hydrogen bond is as it is, and this product known as the cyanohydrine, called as the cyanohydrine. In this way, similar way, ketonic reaction is also takes place, and this cyanohydrine is called as acetyl cyanohydrine. It is called as acetyl cyanohydrine. Acetyl cyanohydrine. And next example is here ketonic functional group CH3 C double bond O CH3 reacts with hydrogen cyanide, weak acid hydrogen cyanide. This negative charged nucleophile here attacks on this carbonyl carbon, and this carbonyl carbon double bond of carbon and oxygen shifted to this oxygen, and negative charge gets on the oxygen. Now CH3 O minus, now here this H plus ion reacts with H plus ions add with negative charge of oxygen and H plus to form hydroxide group. Cyanide attacks on here carbonyl carbon to form the single bond, and remaining CH3 is attached on here, and to form the acetone cyanohydrine. Acetone cyanohydrine, and here is ketone. In this way, the addition of cyanohydrine takes place. It's very easy reaction. Next is some properties are also there. First is these reactions, it is useful for set up the reactions to form the carbon-carbon single bond. Generally, aldehydic group and ketonic group containing the carbon and oxygen double bonds, and these double bonds is break down and to form the carbon hydrogen or carbon cyanohydrine to form the single bonds, or carbon hydroxide to form the single bonds. And that's why this addition of cyanohydrine reaction, it is useful for to set up the carbon-carbon single bond. And another second use, cyanide compounds, it is utilized for to making the compound of COOH acids, NH2 and CH2 bond also. And last is that cyanohydrine use the intermediate, used as an intermediate to form the setup of reactions. This is the addition of cyanohydrine, first reaction. Now second is addition of sodium bisulfite. Now here is second reaction. We see addition of sodium bisulfite addition of sodium bisulfite, and this sodium bisulfite is shown by in this way. Sodium bisulfite Na plus O minus. Sodium bisulfite now write down here NaHSO3. Sodium bisulfite its molecular weight is equal to 104 moles, and its melting point is 150 degrees Celsius. Addition of sodium bisulfite, actually this reaction to form the adduct, here is the addition of aldehyde and ketones to mix with aldehyde and ketone, to mix with the freshly prepared sodium bisulfite solution. Sodium bisulfite solution, and this solution gives giving a crystalline adduct PPT, given a crystalline PPT, crystalline precipitate, giving a crystalline precipitate in adduct form. What is adduct? Adduct is a material to form a single stage reactions and to give the product, and it is utilized to set up the reactions, and that's why this material to form directly adduct, and this sodium bisulfite reacts with the aldehyde and ketones to form the crystalline PPT, crystalline precipitate of sodium bisulfite adduct. Crystalline precipitate in adduct form, sodium bisulfite. Sodium bisulfite, and reaction example here, the ketones CH3 C double bond O CH3 plus NaHSO3 and this NaHSO3 reacts with ketonic or carbonyl carbon, and here is sodium, hydrogen and SO3. This sodium bisulfite reacts with acetone. Here is acetone, sodium bisulfite to gives the product CH3COH hydroxide group. Here is CH3 and SO3 minus Na plus. This compound is formed, adduct compound is formed, and it is called as acetone sodium bisulfite adduct, bisulfite T. Sodium bisulfite adduct. In this way, this is the second type of chemical reactions on aldehyde and ketone. Similar way, this sodium bisulfite reacts with aldehyde also. First is the reaction of addition of hydrogen cyanide. Second is the addition of sodium bisulfite. And third is addition of alcohols. We see here now addition of alcohols in aldehyde and ketones. Addition of alcohols. Now here in this type of reactions, the monohydric alcohol generally reacts with aldehyde and ketones in presence of dry hydrochloric acid and dilute hydrochloric acid. It's a reversible reaction because the product when reacts with a aqueous hydrochloric acid to gives the reactant again reverse. That's why this addition reaction, this nucleophilic addition of alcohols on aldehyde and ketone to form the proper compound or reactant, means we can see there these reactions takes place aldehyde and ketonic reactants in presence of dry HCl and dilute HCl to give the product of, and this product to give the product of alkoxy alcohol, and this alkoxy alcohol again reacts with aqueous hydrochloric acid to give the proper reactant, means acetone or ketones. Now here is write down here when the aldehyde and ketone reacts with monohydric alcohol, in presence of dry hydrochloric acid and dilute hydrochloric acid to give the compound alkoxy alcohol. To give the compound alkoxy alcohol. And these reactions is a reversible reaction. When this reversible, when alkoxy alcohol or hemiacetal reacts with aqueous HCl to give aldehyde or ketones again. Now let's how the reaction takes place. Now first is example of acetaldehyde, C double bond O H, acetaldehyde reacts with primary alcohol C2H5OH in presence of dry HCl, to form the compound hydroxide OC2H5H. Again, second example is that when this monohydric alcohol reacts with the ketones. Now second step, this hemiacetal, this is a direct product. To form the hemiacetal, now this is OR and OH2. In the second step again reacts with this hemiacetal, again reacts with C2H5OH in presence of dry HCl, dilute HCl to give CH3OC2H5OC2H5H, and to form the compound 1,1-diethoxyethane, 1,1-diethoxyethane. This is hemiacetal unstable product. In this way, same reactions. Here is Addition of alcohol, aldehyde and ketone reacts with monohydric alcohol in presence of dry HCl, dilute HCl to gives the compound alkoxy alcohol known as hemiacetal also. When this alkoxy alcohol or hemiacetal reacts with the aqueous solution of hydrochloric acid to gives the product of ketone, reversible reaction. Now first is acetaldehyde reacts with the alcohol, monohydric alcohol in presence of dry hydrochloric acid and dilute hydrochloric acid to gives the compound of the hemiacetal, and this hemiacetal is very unstable product. Again reacts with this hemiacetal in monohydric alcohol in presence of dry HCl and dilute HCl to gives the product of 1,1-diethoxyethane when acetaldehyde reactant is used. And similar way you can utilize for acetone reacts with monohydric alcohol to give the hemiacetone products, and again this hemiacetone is highly unstable and to form a cyclic ketal product. In this way this reaction acetal and ketal hydrolyze in presence of mineral acid. When these acetal and ketal hydrolyze in presence of mineral acids to give the corresponding aldehyde and ketones also. Now in this way this hemiacetal again reacts with minerals or acids to give again the primary reactant, means aldehyde and ketones reagain, and that's why this is reversible reactions. Thank you.